This week on the show, we're talking the original summer blockbuster, Steven Spielberg's Jaws. Stick around for a strangely relevant, bloody tale, malfunctioning robotic sharks, and maybe, just maybe, a brutally murdered extra. I'm David.
And I'm Caolan.
And this is Two Men in a Podcast.
Hey, welcome. This is Two Men in a Podcast. It's me, Caolan, and
it's me, David.
We're here today to talk about Jaws, but first, we have some strange interactions that I had. Right, David.
I haven't heard this story.
I just got back from Kerry. I went for 2 days, and yesterday we went to do the Ring of Kerry, just a big circle around.
Yeah, I know of it, yeah.
Right, so we stopped in a town called Caolan. I think it's Caolan. I think it's Glyn, though. So we stopped in, we were in having cafe, we got a chicken fillet burger, delicious. There's posters everywhere for the King of Puck.
Okay.
So we were like, right, well, there must be some sort of historical figure. What it actually is when the British were invading or whatever, they tried to ambush the town.
Right.
And were warded off by the goats who stayed in the town, like in the farms, presumably.
Okay.
So the goats attacked the soldiers, like as they were invading or whatever, and distracted them. And it'd be a better story if the goats killed them, but the goats distracted them enough to wake everyone up, and then they ran the ambush out of town.
Okay, yeah.
So what happens is every year, from the 10th, 11th and 12th of August, the town people capture a goat from the mountain, the surrounding mountains of Kerry, take it back to town, crown it king, like a little girl puts a crown on its head,
Okay, yeah.
puts it in a cage, raises it on a 10-foot scaffolding.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the size of this house, maybe higher, high enough to where the people who get really drunk for the weekend can't get at them.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, actually, yeah.
And leave him up there for 3 days and feed him, and the pubs are allowed to legally open late.
Okay.
So in the pamphlet it says that the king looks over his usually drunk subjects.
Nice.
Watches,
nice.
And then at the end of the festival he's returned home to the other ghosts who have no knowledge of his royal adventures. And I just think that is by far the best thing that I've ever seen.
I've said this many times, and I will go on the record saying it. Everyone who lives in Ireland and not on the East Coast is a fucking weirdo.
It's so strange.
Yeah.
But it's so good. Goats are our loyal masters, and we should really respect and treasure them.
So Jaws.
Yeah, goats not quite as scary as a killer great white shark.
Yeah.
Which is the topic of discussion today.
Yeah. So what did you think of the film?
Well, having seen it for the first time of 40 years ago, it's a classic. Everyone knows it's a classic.
Yeah, I hadn't seen this film in 6 or 7 years, and I really did not think it would hold up as well as it has.
It is ridiculous.
It's brilliant.
It's very fun.
Don't
get me wrong. There's not much. It's not very deep. There's not a.
No.
It's hardly your most adventurous tale. But
no, but
shark invades city, kills people, gets attacked by people, dies. So we didn't get to the spoiler section.
Yeah.
Damn, the shark attacks people. Damn, sorry for anyone who hasn't had the 45 years to watch Jaws. 45?
More.
Yeah, no, yeah, 45, 75. That's 40 years, isn't it? 45 years. Yeah, 45 years
45.
this year.
Yeah,
Damn.
Jesus.
In July, I think. So it was the original summer blockbuster.
Yeah, it was in kind of middle.
The original summer blockbuster launched in January.
Do you know the first time I watched this, my cousins decided it'd be a great idea to show me the week before, or sorry, not even the week before, the night before we went swimming out in the sea in Galway. Yeah. More weird shit happened.
Galway is full of great white sharks.
Yeah.
It's not the Amity of Ireland,
and I was like 5 or 6. We were going swimming in the sea, and then they told me, oh yeah, and every time someone watches this film, another shark comes to Ireland. So
it's like that.
Yeah.
Thanks
for that.
It's like when people used to say that you couldn't listen to Thriller. You remember this? Was this the thing that went around your childhood? No,
I don't think so.
Anytime you listen to Thriller, you got a step closer to hell. No,
but
this is not a thing. This was a big thing around Cox.
But this was like a big. But this Jaws thing was apparently a big thing.
Yeah, well, fair. Yeah, it's like it must community to community. You live in Blackrock, so it kind of bounces. You have the water to be afraid of, and I live in Cox's, so we're afraid of hell. Yeah. So, but yeah, Billie Jean and Thriller sending you to hell was a big thing after he died. From the 4 years after Jackson died.
Yeah.
His death sending you to hell was massive. I'm still not sure I'm not going to hell.
Yeah.
But not for the Jackson films.
No, just for
It's nothing to do with Michael Jackson.
Yeah. But like there's genuinely scary moments in Jaws.
The
shark.
The shark coming out when he's trying to throw the chum into
Ben Gardner's boat, where he's investigating the boat and the body just pops up out of nowhere.
That crab is one of the few things I actually noted to talk about. That is so good. I think it's a crab. It's some sort of mollusk crab.
Oh no, it's the lobster coming out.
It's not maggots, is it?
Oh, it's like little...
It looks like a sort of sea creature thing.
I think it's a little load of fucking worms.
Right, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. It looks gnarly.
It looks so good.
It is brutal. And apparently he went back to make that more brutal. Like, that wasn't brutal enough.
I heard something about it. He, took
the jump scare.
Yeah, paid for it himself. Yeah, and it's like one of those things with a big, heavy note.
Yeah.
And it actually works. I usually hate that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But you kind of let it away with it because it's not so much of a cliche in 1975.
And it came out of nowhere as well.
There's a few of them that come out. Anything with the shark. Yeah. Anything with Bruce the Shark, as he was affectionately known.
Yeah, named after Spielberg's lawyer as well, actually.
Oh, is that what it was? I knew. Yeah. I knew he was named after someone that had something to do with set.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
But some brilliant moments, and the not showing the shark is.
He's on screen for 4 minutes.
Yeah, you never
4 minutes. 3.95,
and
55, something like that.
So you see him first of all kill the girl in the opening, and you don't see him at all.
Yeah.
Then the kid that just gets turned upside down and blood everywhere.
Yeah, they go for it. It's not.
Oh, absolutely.
You know a film's not taking no shit when it kills a kid in the first.
Oh yeah.
First half hour.
I also forgot how quickly shit ramped up.
Oh, it's immediate.
I thought there was much slower build up.
No, it's immediate. It's hardly. Like I said, it's not a slow burner.
And there's another thing I read that there's no red in the wardrobe or the scenery, so when you see blood for the first time, it's supposed to be this kind of like
hell of a lot of
thing.
purple. I've noticed.
Yeah,
almost everyone is yellow or purple. Yeah. Which I don't know. Yellow, fair enough. It seems like a sunny. You would wear yellow to a beach. I've never seen someone wear purple at a beach.
No, purple's my favorite color.
Well, that's why. Do you know? That's why you're so strange.
That's why no one else wears it.
No one wears purple. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then the scene where the kids have the prank with the fake thing.
I don't understand in what world kids would think that that's funny. I get I get kids do okay, fair enough. We do live in a world but we do live in a society.
We live in a society, yeah.
I don't think that happens. Like there's no way this happens.
100%
There's
no way
this happens.
I guarantee that.
Absolutely no chance.
Children are all evil.
Absolute shutdown of security that this place has. This place is on lock. They don't fuck around with security in Amity. Which is actually,
they do.
Yes, they do. This is my point. The uproar that they have over the beaches closing is so ridiculous. There's no way that they'd want back on that ocean. I don't understand.
Sorry, we're in the middle of COVID and everyone's dying to get back to the pubs.
There's no way. There's no way this is relevant to what we're talking.
Yeah.
People would not, in the middle of some sort of crisis, want to abandon all government advice and go back to doing things the way they're doing. That just would not happen.
But yeah, no, even just looking at it from that angle, I thought it was like, I was looking at it like, this is exactly what's happening. But the thing where it completely lost me is when, there's the third shark attack and the mayor says, right, fine, we're giving you the money. So he does that instead of just blaming Sinn Féin, which is what actually happened.
Yeah, that, and when they're all on the beach.
This is the entire reason I did my politics degree, to make jokes.
You got we started this podcast so you could make political jokes, and I could dethrone Jedward, and that's literally what we're here for. We're here to deplatform Jedward and get Sinn Féin back on top.
That's it.
No, but when they're all on the beach, right, and they're all just lying there, and the mayor comes over and forces the board members or whatever into the water.
Oh yeah.
To attract kids or whatever, to get them on the ocean.
This big old man's going into the water.
As soon as he gets into the water,
children.
Everyone follows, and that is exactly what would happen.
Oh yeah,
it is literally. It's so I can already see everyone wearing masks in a shopping centre, and someone takes the mask off, and everyone runs head first into the water. Yeah, exactly what happens here. This is literally. It's the most weirdly relevant topic of this. I look back at this film and I was like, oh, shark attacks in Ireland. We're not going to worry too much about it. It's literally the most strangely relevant thing I've ever seen.
I didn't even think of it till I was watching it either.
It's just COVID.
Yeah.
Bruce the Shark is COVID. Yeah. And Brody is getting banned from every country because they're not.
Yeah, getting kicked out.
They're just not trusted.
And Mayor Larry Vaughan is Boris or Radker or Trump.
any political leader,
whoever's in charge
of anything for the next 20 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can't get over. The COVID. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, brilliant.
Right. We've just blown through the free spoiler section that we promised at the start.
Yeah.
Although, admittedly, if anyone's worrying about spoilers for Jaws, what are you doing?
Yeah. Like even if it was just when it came out, it's not exactly like a plot
it's not like the famous Simpsons moment where Homer walks through the crowd telling people there was a shark in Jaws.
Yeah.
It's not the earth-shattering Empire Strikes Back moment.
Yeah. But so
John Williams, his score is iconic for this. It's Jaws is surely is there more iconic music, like Darth Vader's music, the Star Wars tune?
Yeah.
There can't be much more. Me and you will always look to Jason Voorhees' music, but I don't think anyone else will.
And the fact that it's literally 2 piano keys.
It's just 2 piano keys.
It's incredible.
And apparently Carpenter, when he heard it, thought it was a joke.
Yeah, or
laughed it off. I call it Carpenter.
Yeah.
I have horror on my mind now. Spielberg looked at him and thought it was a joke. John Carpenter definitely should have done Jaws. Imagine how good Jaws would be with John Carpenter. Forget your blockbusters.
Oh, absolutely.
It's Jaws, when you kill Jaws, he goes into a different shark.
Yeah.
Which, admittedly, pretty much does happen in 4. But
oh, Jesus.
The score is iconic. And what I love, it's my favourite thing ever about, is when he gets his Oscar at the 86 Academy Awards.
Yeah.
Or not 86, it would have been 76. When he gets his award, he is doing the orchestra.
Yeah.
So he has to go up, collect his award, and then run down to play the Oscar award off.
Yeah,
like
play himself
for best. I assume for best score or something like that.
It would be, yeah.
But when he collects his Oscar, he has to play himself off. Pretty much, it's hilarious. Him running up and down is the most iconic clip, apart from Jennifer Lawrence falling.
Oh, that's brilliant.
There's nothing better.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Before you want to go into some behind the scenes stuff?
Yeah, I didn't expect the absolute. I'd heard it was like a kind of troubleshoot. It's a fucking insane shoot.
It's like Poltergeist levels of intrigue.
It was planned for 65 days. Took them 159. And actually, do you know Steven Spielberg wasn't supposed to direct this? A guy called Dick Thomas was supposed to. And do you know where he got fired?
Go.
He kept calling the shark a whale.
Oh no.
So, and producers were like genuinely concerned that he thought it was a whale, that it wasn't a shark movie. So
that is hilarious.
Now, surely there's got to be some more reasons, but apparently they fired him because he was just constantly referred to as a whale. So they'll be there. He's like, yeah. So this is the scene where the whale comes up, and they're like, "The shark." He's like, "Yeah, the whale, yeah." So the whale comes up. And
does he not know what a shark and a whale are?
I have no idea if he doesn't know.
What a Richard!
Or if he.
What a Richard!
If he wanted to be a whale, and he's just like, if I just keep saying whale, they'll make it a whale eventually.
He definitely wanted to do it. It's like
I think so, yeah.
It did make you think of How I Met Your Mother with the ring bear. He keeps calling it a ring bear.
Yeah, the ring bear.
Anyone that hasn't seen How I Met Your Mother, don't watch it. Don't watch it. It's the best show ever. But he came in. There's a joke about that at some stage where they hear them crying, and I think Brody says it definitely wasn't Quint. It was Brody says, like, "Is that a shark?"
Yeah,
and they're like, "No, it's a whale."
Yeah.
So I wonder, would that be
it could be.
That could be a funny,
because
I didn't find anything about that anywhere. But
no, but like I remember watching that, I was like, "That's just seems strange and out of place."
Yeah, that would make sense actually. Now that you think about it.
Yeah, maybe
That's definitely a reference to.
Yeah,
Richard the Dick.
Yeah, Richard.
Dick Richards.
Dick Richards.
Yeah, Dick Richards, the Christmas singer. Yeah, Dick Richards. What is this podcast?
I don't know. And we were talking about earlier about the kind of not showing the shark. That was not a choice at all.
No, of course. No.
They had 3 sharks. One that had no left side, one that had no right side, and then one that had no bottom. So basically, shoot from different angles.
Yeah.
And they just kept malfunction. But the one that had no bottom was being dragged along, and it was constantly getting caught and stuff. So they'd like have the camera and they'd pull it through, and it would go about 20 meters, and it'd be covered in seaweed, or they would have kicked up a load of sand, or you just couldn't see it.
It's almost like sharks would have to swim through seaweed. It's almost like he didn't consider the fact that it would be underwater.
Oh, well, hang on. Producers considered this because producers wanted to use a real shark.
They do use a real shark.
They use scenes of a real shark, but they wanted to train a great white shark.
Oh, yes, yeah. Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm sure that notion was... I hope that notion was shot down instantly.
Yeah.
Because...
The only people who can get away with that are the Game of Thrones writers who convinced producers to let them train a real dragon to burn down walls.
Yeah, but that was all done in a very controlled environment. So
no, dragons are way less dangerous.
Yeah, there was nearly some deaths on...
There might have been one.
Oh, well, we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that, yeah.
But the scriptwriter, Gottlieb, nearly decapitated by a propeller. Your man Robert Shaw, that plays Quint, was constantly fleeing to Canada because of tax evasion.
Oh, yes.
So anytime there was a break... Oh, he was also an alcoholic and he was constantly drunk. And him and your man Dreyfus, that plays Hooper.
Yeah, Quint and Hooper
hated each other.
Apparently fights look so good because they are almost always real fights that are just in with the context.
They absolutely hated each other. So Shaw would come down whenever filming started, drunk, after coming down from Canada because he's hiding from the fucking IRS or whatever.
That's such a... That is Quint, though.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the ultimate method actor.
It's the perfect casting.
Yeah, it's the ultimate method
absolutely
actor.
Brilliant. And I'm a big fan of this film. Do you know who else is a big fan of this film? Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro called it a Marxist masterpiece.
Wow.
Yeah. He's not wrong, the whole...
That's big criticism. Big praise. Big acclaim, yeah. I would make a film that Fidel Castro would love.
Absolutely, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's the kind of
Fidel
thing, just
Castro.
A mad fucking shoot. Spielberg actually thought he'd never work in Hollywood again after this, because...
And he would not, so...
Yeah, as you all know, with this...
You've not have heard of Steven Spielberg too much.
No. Because it was a $4 million budget and ended up being $9 million. Obviously, we said the shoot was massively over.
They were still writing the script as...
Yeah, they did not have the script written when they started. Generally, on a 12-hour shoot, I'm doing air quotes here on a podcast.
Yeah, visual medium.
Yeah, they'd only be filming for 4 hours because it was just such a disaster. It was the first major film ever filmed on the ocean.
It's so good, though.
It's brilliant.
It's so worth the hassle that anyone.
The Library of Congress has it marked down, has it put in the National Film Registry as a culturally significant piece of art.
Well, it is a culture. That's the least surprising thing. What you're going to hear here is just how significant Jaws is. Jaws is the original tentpole movie. Like, now you see every movie company has a tentpole movie. MCU is built on tentpole movies.
Yeah.
It's the 1 or 2 films a year that are just blockbusters. It's a ridiculous thing, and it's like the ultimate It's the ultimate slasher movie almost.
Yeah.
In that it is, or if you just copy Jaws and put it with a load of teens in a cabin, you have Friday the 13th. Yeah. If you put one woman getting chased through hell, it's the Halloween. It's everything. It's so good.
It is brilliant. Yeah, so we talked about some on-screen deaths, some near deaths behind the scenes. Let's talk about a real death.
Yes, that's that.
So
I have specifically not read about to let you explain, because I know you're very passionate about this.
I'm a big fan of this. So Jaws was filmed on Martha's Vineyard, which is an island in Massachusetts. And on the mainland, about 100 miles from Martha's Vineyard, there is Cape Cod. And around the time when Jaws was filming, maybe a bit after, there was a brutally murdered woman found. So hands chopped off.
Oh, brutal.
Oh, yeah, her head was almost decapitated, which what they think is a shovel.
Okay.
So, and they found, beside the body, he was lying on a towel and a pair of jeans and a blue bandana. And woman's never been identified. Over the years, they've exhumed her 3 times to take DNA. They took a facial kind of composition and they put it through a computer generator to see
what she would originally look like.
Yeah. And Stephen King's son, a guy named Joe Hill, was watching a 40th anniversary filming of this, or showing of Jaws.
One of the many documentaries of Jaws.
Exactly,
you should hunt it.
And about 54 minutes in, he sees this extra wearing a blue bandana. I'm not going to say wearing jeans because, it's not as much to give away.
No.
With I've got the picture here. We'll tweet it or something.
We'll put it out on the social medias. Show me this.
It looks...
Because you mentioned an extra, and I was trying to look at, but everyone wears a white t-shirt.
Yeah.
There's no specific...
It doesn't... Like, I'm not saying it's identical to her, but...
it does kind of look like her, though.
And especially, like, the give or take with, like, obviously technology's not going to produce an exact match.
Yeah, it does kind of look like her.
So...
Yeah, I could buy that. So what's his thing?
That's just his theory that she was... Because they think she
her
wasn't...
last appearance
is
exactly. In a film.
She wasn't from the area because the Cape Cod area where she was found, no one could identify her. She wasn't in any lodgings or hotels. They checked and no one was missing essentially, and no one recognised her. Okay. So they reckon she was around this general area. So I think she could have been on the set of Jaws because there was no security or anything.
And the amount of just extras that are in like the amount of people on that beach at all the times.
Yeah,
I'd happily believe that some randomer just was picked off the street because that's what they would have done. Like, especially back then where it's not quite as pre-produced and like even if you go to any film or show now, I imagine all the extras have been brutally vetted beforehand. It's not there's no dating game killers anymore. That's not happening.
No, it's just.
But back then, I'd well believe that.
Yeah, and especially because it was such a chaotic shoot, they've no list of extras.
Was her killer ever found?
No.
Right. So here's the theory that I'm putting to Stephen King's son.
Okay.
Steven Spielberg murdered this woman.
Oh God. Right.
Steven Spielberg murdered this woman because her performance wasn't good enough.
I'm just gonna Google.
Look up. Can we be libeled? On. Yeah. Spielberg did it.
Yeah.
Spielberg found this woman, her performance wasn't good enough, and brutally murdered.
Yeah, chopped the hands
off. Spielberg's famous weapon, shovel.
Yeah.
And for legal reasons, I'm joking, but I'm not joking.
Yeah.
It's definitely true. Stephen King's lawyers, Bruce, come at me. Stephen King, I'm awful. Steven Spielberg, Stephen King. We were talking about Stephen King's son, Joe King Hill. So
it was Joe Hill King.
I know, but I was Joe King.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, stop. Right, before we get into I have a really weak point of the movie.
Okay.
And it's not so much a part of the movie as it is like there is in all 70s 80s movies. Okay. There is some ridiculous acting to it.
Yeah.
So I just have to bring it up because
go on.
At the start, the very first thing you see when they're all smoking and drinking on the beach or whatever it is, and the two run off to have some sneaky dinky
ocean sex.
What do you call it? What's the word? It's the word I'm looking for.
Sex.
No, you strip naked and run in the...
skinny dipping.
Skinny dip. Before they go skinny dipping.
I thought you didn't know the word for sex.
No. No, definitely not. What it is the skinny dipping, as I don't have the body for a skinny dip, so I've never been invited or asked to do it. But the guy running with the girl, who I think shows up later talking to Brody about how
he does absolutely.
She didn't run away from him, he fell asleep.
Yeah.
But when he's running and he's saying that I'm not drunk. Yeah. It's the worst thing. I almost turned it off only for I had to watch it again for the podcast.
Yeah.
He ruins it for me. And he did later. I don't understand how when he's talking to Brody, he seems totally like a real dude.
Yeah.
But it's I'm not drunk overacting top over. It's the second worst piece of acting in the entire film.
Yeah. What's the first?
It's a meme. Like it's when they find the shark.
Yeah.
When they get the tiger shark out on the ocean or whatever, they bring it back, and your mind can't figure out what type of shark it is.
That they think is
this is what Jaws. They think is Bruce. Yeah. Where they bring it back, and Hooper examines it, and he's talking about how the radius isn't good enough. But what your man asks, there's a big guy, he's a really big pudgy guy, and he says, "What type of shark is that?" And Hooper turns around and says, "Yeah, that's a tiger shark." And he goes, "Oh, what?" I can't understand why he put it like that. There's not a single... he knows it's a shark. There's nothing surprising enough about the fact that it's a tiger shark to warrant it. Yeah. And I have it set as my ringtone now. Because anytime someone texts me, it's a what? I love it. I can't get it out of my mind. It's literally... There's the two worst parts of this movie. And it really stresses me out.
I think every movie filmed before 1990 has that problem where they've got the main cast, could be brilliant actors, but everyone who is less than about 20 minutes screen time
is just found on the street.
Yeah, it's literally, they just say, "Here, do you want to be in a movie?"
There is genuinely more deliverable lines from the shark than there is from a what? The unnamed guy. I hate it. I ranted about this all day. I can't. You can try and move on. I'm not going to forget about it. You can move on from this. I will never move on from a what?
You're haunted. You're
scarred. Will be haunted. This is my Man of the Dunes. Yeah. This is terrifying me, David.
Right. Well, do you want to move on to some
this topic?
Some star performers? Who's your standout?
The three main characters are great.
Oh, absolutely.
Hooper is very good. He comes across. I think he's my favorite character in it.
Yeah.
He comes across really nerdy, which he is.
Yeah.
But immediately lovable. Like, I want to cuddle him. I want to hug him. I want to be mates with him. I want to go for a beer. I just think I want him to tell me all about these sharks that he's almost hunted. Yeah, he's very good. Quint is a bit.
Quint was my favorite.
Yeah, he's really good. He comes across really. He comes across pretty one-dimensional at times.
Yeah.
He is just a grunt. But when they bring in when he talks about the Indianapolis, when he talks about the Indianapolis, which is not in the book.
That's a true story, actually. I didn't know that.
No, that's why when he brought it up, I was.
Yeah, I
didn't think they'd go with it, but it's really powerful. He says it really well, and Hooper and Brody. I keep forgetting their names. I keep getting the actors mixed up, so I go with the characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Richard Dreyfuss, Roy Schneider, and Robert Shaw. I couldn't think of Roy Schneider.
Yeah.
I keep thinking Rob Ryder, so I don't want to say Rob Ryder.
Yeah.
But the three boys are really good. Brody, I don't think he's a very good sheriff.
No, he's a terrible sheriff.
Yeah, I don't think he's not.
The mayor is pushing him out though.
The mayor is trash.
Oh,
like he is
Larry Vaughn.
Garbage.
What a piece of shit.
When he tries to sell,
good actor, but
when he tries, he's one of them you want to hit. I think you're really meant to hate him,
absolutely,
obviously.
Yeah.
So I suppose he really does his job well. But when he talks about how his kids were also at the beach, I don't understand how you don't just hit him. How do you let him out of that? Like,
Jesus.
All my kids were there. I'd have just said good.
Yeah.
That is good. Pity they weren't at. Yeah. Shame your kids are alive. Yeah. Because he is horrible.
Like I said, I think Quint was my favourite, but I think Brody's got just some brilliant lines.
Oh, he does.
Got a few. The classic, "You're gonna need a bigger boat," which was ad-libbed.
Absolutely ad-libbed, which is ridiculous when you think of how iconic. Like, if you think of Jaws, you'd almost think I think it might have been a tagline at one stage.
Yeah,
but that is
line.
the line from Jaws. That and the music is what anyone remembers from Jaws.
And the shark.
Even people who haven't seen Jaws.
It's an achievement in GTA 5 called "You're gonna need a bigger boat," which is get eaten by a shark.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can be kicked off like cruises for making that joke.
Yes,
it's so like that.
But some of the other ones were when he's about to go out and the wife goes, "Oh, what'll I tell the kids?" And he goes, "Tell them I'm gone fishing." He's got some brilliant just one-liners.
Yeah.
Obviously, "Smile, you son of a bitch," right before he shoots the shark.
Yes.
And my personal favourite, "I can do anything." I'm the chief of police.
Yeah, he has that. What you forgot is when he's on the beach and he's annoyed that everyone's still swimming.
Yeah.
And the old man comes up to him, Harry.
Yeah.
And tries to talk to him about how he's afraid to get in the water or whatever, and he's never seen him and how it's cold. And he just looks at him, he just goes, "That's a bad hat, Harry."
Yeah.
And it immediately, I felt so bad. I've never seen an old man be so sad immediately. It crushed him. Absolutely crushed him. It's maybe the best line.
Yeah.
That and it's surely not a quote, but it's a sound, so I'm counting it as a quote. When Quint drags the chalkboard.
Oh, Jesus.
It is blood curdling.
Right. I was listening to this with headphones because my PC is awful sound quality, so I need headphones. And I had it at full volume. And I was kind of like thinking, is this the scene where he scratches down the blackboard? And just the screeching of it. I had to take my headphones off.
It's blood curdling. You genuinely can't get away from it.
But,
well, it's brilliant. Not that.
It's brilliantly done.
It's brilliantly done, yeah, but it's not. It's not a fun night. No. I do not like it. Yeah, I don't like it at all.
So much worse than actual. Have you ever actually scraped your
No, because I don't have nails. I have an obsessive compulsion to bite my nails.
Because I've done this. I've in primary school, just scraped it, and it's
terrifying.
It's not nearly as bad as that. Like, they've clearly amplified this.
Ori has really Wolverine nails.
Yeah, he has
titanium
fucking
nails.
Wolverine just scraping down the fucking blackboard.
Oh, he's not actually dead, Quint. When they eat him at the end, he will just put himself back together.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about Robert Shaw, and I was like,
oh well, yeah.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
What a great man. Also, when he's in the mouth, this is one of these kind of like film gaffes that I've been told about. I only noticed it this time around.
Oh.
When he's in the mouth of the shark, you can see a pillow.
Oh no, I did not notice.
because he just didn't want to be, because it obviously was too uncomfortable.
Where? On his back?
Yeah, like between the
teeth and
his back, which I don't blame him for that.
I know,
yeah. And you're not exactly look and see. No, I wonder if he's sitting on anything. Yeah. You're more looking at the blood. His death scene, by the way, is brutal.
It's very good. It's very well done, and it's
just
almost
cuts to him, spitting blood out his mouth.
Yeah, and he grabs the machete as if he's gonna, as you think, he's gonna get out of this, and he just does not get out of it. Which also is the most accidentally funny part of the film is literally as soon as he gets out, Brody closes the door.
Yeah,
he literally closes the door on that part of his life.
Yeah,
he's like, right, well,
he's done.
This
and
is
I love when Hooper comes back up after the shark's dead.
He just laughs
goes,
at him.
yeah, he just kind of goes, Quint, and he goes, no, dead.
Oh, yeah.
He's delighted with himself.
And is in stitches.
But you know why that is? Because he gets to keep the 10 grand now.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Well, that's definitely it. That's his real life distaste for Robert Shaw.
For Robert Shaw.
Knowing that if anyone's not getting paid for this movie, it's the IRS chasing.
Yeah.
Hooper speaking, his Quentin death in the film, how well done it is not echoed by the book. Like I've never read the book, I have to confess, but
neither have I.
I actually didn't know it was a book until pretty recently, but I had to look at some differences because there's never it's never a direct comparison. But his death in the book, if you don't want to hear any spoilers for the book, that must have come out 47 years ago at least. So if you haven't read that book or didn't know it was a book, leave, and then come back. But his death in the book is foreshadowed in the movie. So if you had read it, I suppose you would have. But when they're shooting the barrels at the shark, it always shows the rope beside someone's foot. And so even watching it again, I kind of thought, does someone almost get caught? But in the book, the rope gets tied to his foot and he shoots off into the water and drowns.
Jesus.
He's not even in a fight with a shark. He just drowns.
That's so disappointing.
I can't tell if he misses the shark or if he gets dragged with the shark.
Yeah.
But he drowns. There's no shark attack. Hooper dies in the book and was originally meant to die in the film.
Do you know why they changed that?
Because the footage they got, it's so cool. It is great footage.
That was fantastic.
It's great footage.
So when he's in the steel cage, the shark's ramming in and trying to kill him. But afterwards, after he gets out, he goes, swims and hides.
Hides behind a rock at the bottom.
Oh, pussy.
Yeah, well, just fight.
Yeah. But
he's never played GTA. You don't run from a shark.
So after that, the shark swims on top of the thing. So they're trying to pull up the cage, and the shark's caught over it. Yeah. So they're trying to pull up the shark essentially, and that's real footage of a shark.
Yeah.
And Spielberg wanted to use this footage, so that's the only reason that Hooper.
Yeah, they couldn't get the shark to attack the cage with the dummy in it.
Yeah.
So when they got it without the dummy, they were like, right, okay, he lives.
Yeah.
Which is the most, yes, okay, fair enough, do it.
Yeah.
But that's so,
considering they were, $5 million over budget.
Yeah. You can't really afford to get a new cage. Late. Not even get the shark again. You just can't afford to get another cage, which would have cost a score, because a shark breaks through that so easily. I'm pretty sure there's no way when you go swimming with sharks in real life that it's that easy into that cage.
Oh, I'd hope
Surely not.
I'd hope not.
Or maybe it's because he's so big and terrifying.
I assume that's what it's supposed to be, that he's just this massive.
That is cardboard he breaks through.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I could headbutt my way through that cage. It doesn't look strong. I don't know why he thought he'd get into
really
that.
Doesn't. And it's the fact that there's a collapsible one as well.
Yeah, it opens into him. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
That scene was brilliant with Hooper caught in the thing, and he's just kind of it's so claustrophobic. He's stuck there. That genuinely terrified me. And he dropped the spear gun.
The one he has poisoned almost. With the tip. Yeah. It's immediately the most irrelevant weapon.
He
doesn't even almost get to hit him with it.
Yeah, because I barely remember this, and I thought he died actually when I was watching it.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw him holding it outside, I was like, oh yeah, he fucking drops it.
Of course he does.
Dipshit.
Because that's just, why would he be holding it out? Surely the point is to sucker the shark in.
Yeah.
And if you're not, don't hold it out if you're not watching where the shark is.
Oh, exactly.
Rule number 1 for attacking a shark is know where the shark is.
Never take your eyes off the shark.
Don't turn your back on a shark.
That's some life advice for you. Never turn your back on a shark.
Never turn your back on the shark, and never listen to a podcast that isn't us. That's the 2 pieces of advice I've got for you. And you'll just, if you follow both of those, I promise you won't be hit by a shark. Okay? Don't turn your back on a shark and listen to us. Right? But he escapes from the thing.
Yeah.
But in the book he dies. Because obviously you can do whatever the fuck you want in a book.
That's true.
You don't need to be able to afford to kill a man in a book.
Yeah.
But the reason you're meant to want him to die is because he bones Brody's wife.
He what?
He bones her.
Jesus.
For so long, apparently. Because when they lived in New York, Ellen Brody dated Hooper's older brother.
Right.
And then Hooper came back to Amity or whatever.
So
and she
was
big
backstory.
Oh, yeah. There's a mafia and all in this book.
Oh, I've heard that.
It's insanity. I don't understand why. I'm not reading this book.
That's why the mayor keeps the beach open in the book, is because the mafia.
Yeah, they kill Brody's cat and stuff. It doesn't even have a cat. They must change it to a dog because they know cats don't sell. So pussy doesn't sell, David. As we all know. But so he bones Brody's wife.
Fucking hell.
And then Brody watches him get at, where we cheer for him, and
absolutely.
Then the shark attacks Brody, and just before he chomps down on his meaty, lifeless body, Brody stabs him with a harpoon, and that's it. The shark just dies. Poor Bruce just goes out with a whimper, not a bang. Jesus. Not with a literal bang that he goes out with.
The bang he deserved.
The bang he deserves a bang.
Yeah.
Brucey. So do you have anything to add before we...
No, do you want to move on to your...
Smash to my recommendation, which I really hope you've never seen, because I might... This isn't a recommendation for anyone else.
Oh, it's just...
It's for you. I don't care if anyone else... Anyone listening to this watches. Our 7 viewers in the States. I don't care if they... I don't care if they watch this. I want you to watch. I'm looking at the Wikipedia now just so I don't mess up any details, because the actors I've never seen before, and the screenwriter doesn't have a Wikipedia page.
Okay.
It's a film premiered on Sci-Fi in August of 2013.
I love Sci-Fi.
Called Ghost Shark. Have you seen Ghost Shark?
I've seen a review of Ghost Shark.
Ghost Shark.
It sounds brilliant.
And there's a sequel in 2015, Ghost Shark 2, Urban Jaws. But I thought I had to go for, the recommendation is, I felt like I had to theme it around sharks, because there's just so many shark films. But I didn't want to go with one you've probably seen, like Shallow, or The Meg, or Jaws 2, 3, or 4, which 4 is ass. Don't watch 4.
I haven't seen 4. I've seen
4.
2.
Have you heard of 4?
I know it's called The Revenge of the Shark.
Because I'm going to look. It's either his brother or his mother comes back to kill Amity.
I'm sorry, the shark?
Yeah, the shark's family.
Okay, right.
Attack.
How is it explained that it's... Does the shark tell them it's their...
I don't know, I've never seen it.
Okay, right.
I've never seen it for this reason.
Because it just sounds...
I've watched 2 and 3 and then saw how dumb it was.
Yeah.
2 and 3 aren't much better, actually, to be honest. It's the most pointless...
I've seen
series of sequels. There's no need. If there's one film that doesn't need a sequel, it's The Shark Attacks Town. Why?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But Ghost Shark.
Is that the one where they summon the shark with a Ouija board?
Jaws 4.
No, Ghost Shark.
Oh. yeah. No, I don't want to spoil Ghost Shark for people, but
okay, yeah.
It is. It's ridiculous. It's the cast. Mackenzie Rosman as Ava Reed. And Mackenzie Rosman is someone you will have seen in nothing. She was famously, her first ever film role was in 1998's Gideon.
Haven't seen it.
She is in The Secret Life of the American Teenager, which is a show that was on ABC Kids, and that's her highest profile role.
That's her IMDb, what she's known for.
Yeah, her IMDb is Ghost Shark, the critically panned, and they even sell it as it's very big on social media. People love it. It's not made fun of, I promise. It's a very popular. Yeah, she and Dave Randolph, who is most well known for literally nothing else.
That's his only role.
He has nothing else. He's an American screen actor based in Los Angeles, and he has no filmography.
Well, that's his. To start. He started off.
Yeah, he started off in 2011. 13.
He's picking his roles carefully.
and he's now 30 and has been in nothing else. And is presumably not. He's waiting for the big Scorsese call, or he's waiting to be cast in Tarantino's final film, but I wouldn't be betting on it. So yeah, Caolan Kelly's recommendation of the week is The Ghost Shark.
Ghost Shark, right. I'll give that a watch.
God. No, you won't.
You
will not watch Ghost Shark. That's the thing with these recommendations. No one's going to watch them because you're going to give an actual recommendation, and I'm going to come back with Ghost Shark.
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend, just spoiler alert, next time we do a film and it's my turn, I'm recommending Ghost Shark, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just going to spoil that for you now. It's Ghost Shark. It's happening. Speaking of next time we do a film.
Just before we reveal what film we're watching next week, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at 2men1pod, on Instagram at 2menandapod, YouTube at 2menandapod, and wherever you get your podcasts. Yeah, what are we doing next week, Caolan?
Next week we're going to go with The Big Lebowski, which is... I was really overruled here.
It is possibly my favourite film of all time.
David has been quoting The Big Lebowski to me for... How long do I know you, David? 6 years, 7 years. You've been quoting The Big Lebowski to me for 6 years, and I've still not seen it.
Yeah.
So
we're in for a treat.
We're in for a treat next week if it's as good as David says it is.
Man.
It's a bowling movie, right?
Yes, it's a bowling movie.
Yeah. So
it centers entirely around bowling. There's no other plot threads. It's just about a bowling tournament.
Yeah. So if you like John Goodman and bowling,
yeah, what more?
The Big Lebowski, which admittedly I do. But
Steve Buscemi.
That's a good cast, actually.
It's a great cast. Jeff
Bridges, John Goodman, Julianne Moore, Steve Buscemi, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
That's the other one.
Tara Reid.
I don't know who that is.
Tara Reid. you know Tara Reid. She's in American Pie.
I haven't seen American Pie.
Oh. She's in The Big Lebowski.
Oh,
she's in Van Wilder. And then Jacob from Lost is in The Big Lebowski too.
Oh,
according to the IMDb.
Right.
He might have the most minor of roles, but he is in it. He's presumably just one of the 15 biggest actors, because I presume that's what they go on.
Oh, I assume so. Yeah, it's not.
They go on.
Sometimes I get really confused. They do it like in order of first appearance, so they'll have like.
I'm pretty sure Amazon Prime do that.
Is Amazon
when you
Prime
watch it? No, I'm not saying they don't either, but when you watch with Amazon Prime, I'm pretty sure the cast will always be on list as.
Oh, that's whoever's like on.
Oh yeah, no, they come up that, but I think they.
But sometimes when you're watching like the X-Files, it'll just have everyone who's in it, and it'll be in order of appearance.
Oh, so it'll be a nobody
getting
killed by a lightning.
Yeah, because it always opens up with like the scene of like
the token kill at the start of a horror movie.
Yeah, exactly. So you've always got to like scroll down to find who anyone is.
This was mostly Jaws.
Yeah, I think we talked enough about Jaws to call it a Jaws episode.
It is definitely a Jaws episode.
Yeah.
This is what we signed up for originally. Me and David don't study film.
No.
We're not. We have real jobs.
Yeah.
So, I have a real job. But, so our setup here was to have a podcast where it's just the two of us riffing.
Yeah.
The films are pretty much an excuse to talk about.
Yeah, listen, Tarantino didn't go to film school.
Yeah, Tarantino didn't go to film school. He makes films. We didn't go to podcast school. And we barely do a podcast.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
So you're signing up for the big leagues here.
Oh yeah.
So Big Lebowski next week, the 3rd? Is it October 3rd?
Yeah, it's around
next Sunday.
It's before the 6th. That's all I know.
Next Sunday is the October the 4th.
4th.
October 4th. So expect the Big Lebowski next Sunday, October 4th. That's all we have today. Thank you for listening, guys. See you later.